Joining me now is Ruby Chen, father of Itai Chen, U.S. citizen held hostage in Gaza. Ruby, what is your reaction to the ceasefire deal between Israel and Hezbollah for Lebanon?
Thank you, Andrea, for having me. 418 days since I last talked to my son. The U.S. families, 7 U.S. citizens that have been held hostage for such a long time, we welcome the ceasefire agreements in the north of the border of Israel, but we also have a feeling of disappointment as it was a missed opportunity to connect this agreement with the release of the hostages. Why do I say a missed opportunity? Because when you look at the principles of the ceasefire agreements with Hezbollah, those are the same principles that Hamas are asking. And we fail to understand why the Israeli government does not understand the magnitude and time sensitivity of the fact that there are 101 hostages being held in dungeons underneath Gaza and not finding a way to get them out.
President Biden has tweeted today that over the coming days, the United States will make another push with Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, Israel, and others to achieve a ceasefire in Gaza with the hostages released and an end to the war, losing my voice here, without Hamas in power. Does that give you hope?
Yes, we, the U.S. citizens, met President Biden in the Oval Office about 2 weeks ago. It was a meeting that a few hours before he met President-elect Trump. It was important for him to share with us that he suggested to the President-elect to meet the U.S. families, the hostage families, as well as urging the new team to collaborate with the existing team to put this topic, which is a bipartisan topic, in motion today and not wait till the inauguration of January 20th. We, the hostages, don't have that time to wait. And we also feel that there is a geopolitical ecosystem in the Middle East that everyone wishes to appease the incoming president. As such, there's an opportunity to broker a deal with the existing administration and the new administration together, putting pressure on all the parties to get a deal that will unite not only my family, but 100 other families. And we again, on the eve of Thanksgiving, will need to see an empty chair at our dinner table with a missing family member.
And Ruby, you know, we've known each other a while now, more than a year. And, you know, you're in our hearts. We all talk about you and your families. But when we think about this, is it possible that the Trump people will work together with the Biden people? They seem to be supportive of this Lebanon deal. They weren't really involved. But will it now take active involvement by both sides to try to make this happen?
So to my understanding, Mr. Jake Sullivan indeed had a meeting with Mr. Mike Waltz. I understand it was more of a courtesy meeting. I hope to believe that a new meeting will be scheduled that will talk about the topic. We, the U.S. families, as you know, have kept this a bipartisan issue over the last year. We have created open channels and good communication channels and meetings with leaders of the Republican Party in the Senate and the House. And we hope that, we believe that they're also assisting in supporting the view that we don't have time. And this is something that can be worked together between the two teams for the benefit of these U.S. citizens, that it's been way too long since we've had a good opportunity to get them out. Now's a good time.
Indeed. Well, let's hope we have more to be thankful for as soon as tomorrow, if not every day.
Yeah, and we have Christmas coming up, Andrea. We're waiting for that miracle to happen, that we would all be united, and we would be glad to see that picture of January 20th at the inauguration, as we remember in the past with President Reagan, that on that day all the hostages came out.
Oh, I was there.
To see that picture, and we would be able to come with our family members to that inauguration. as a family that is whole again, and be able to thank both presidents for what they did to us.
Indeed, that was a memorable day for all of us who had been covering the Iranian
Let's make it happen
hostages,
again.
the Americans.
Let's see it again.
That is the prayer. That is the hope. Thank you so much, Ruby Khan.